So in another parallel but separate process, a new witness is expected to take to the stand at the Madlanga Commission in Pretoria today. Proceedings, you might remember, adjourned on Thursday last week following testimony and the cross-examination of businessman Brown Mogotsi. Watching developments, as always, is our senior reporter, Canny, who joins us now live from the Bridget Mabandla Justice College. And just over an hour ago, Canny, the inquiry released a statement warning against imposters or about imposters who are acting in the name of the chairperson of that commission.
Indeed. Good morning to you, Ayanda, and to the viewers at home. You're quite correct. We've seen the statement stating that the Commission warns of public acts of impersonating Justice Madlanga, that is the retired Justice who chairs this particular probe, which is looking into these very serious allegations of criminality, political interference, and corruption in the criminal justice system. If we look at the statement, they're stating that the impersonations of Justice Madlanga have been directed at private individuals, members of the executive, members of the national legislature, attorneys, advocates, national and local government officials, as well as the police. The statement goes on to state that the purposes of the impersonations have differed from case to case. However, the idea that we're getting is that the impersonator or the impersonators, that's what they state in the statement, threatened attorneys involved in litigation if they did not adopt a course proposed by them, sought to force organs of state to act against their own interests, attempted to extort money from individuals, public office bearers or organs of state, and also requested to be given money and solicited bribes. And these kinds of instances have been brought to the attention of Justice Madlanga. And of course, the warning is stating that if this is directed at interfering with the work of the Madlanga Commission, then there could be serious implications, which could be a fine or imprisonment of up to 6 months if it is found that this person is criminally liable for these acts. So that is the update from the Commission of the warning that was issued this morning.
Yeah, it's interesting to say that, to see that the chairperson has apparently dealt with this problem before when he was still at the Constitutional Court. But I imagine much of the focus today, Canny, will be on the testimony from these witnesses from both the Hawks and DPCI, who once again should shed more light around the takedown, we're told, of Katiso Katie Molefe.
Well, as usual, Ayanda, we don't know who the witness is going to be yet. They haven't released their name, and of course we don't know if that is for safety reasons or if we're going to actually see a witness take the stand physically before the hearing. But we do know that it is a Hawks official that will be giving evidence in relation to this operation takedown of Katiso Katie Molefe, which we've heard about in quite extensive detail about how the process was undertaken and the kind of attention it garnered and the alleged interference that would follow, not only the actual operation itself taking place there by the alleged TOMS officials, but of course what would follow afterwards for those counterintelligence members supported by the PKTT who would have participated in that particular operation. Now, we don't know if we're still in phase 1 or in phase 2 because we're now in an area where the two phases are sometimes blurred because they started with phase 2 last week with Brown Mogotsi in his testimony, and it is not clear yet, and at this stage, if this is a witness that is going to be dealing with the kind of evidence that falls in phase 1, or will they be following up from what Brown Mogotsi has stated in his testimony last week as a part of phase 2, or is it a previous Hawks official who could not finish his evidence and we heard that he was going to be called back, such as Brigadier Mokoena? All of those questions in the balance as we wait to see at 9:30 a.m. who will take the stand as the Commission takes the evidence forward with the vantage point, or rather from the vantage point of this Hawks official.
All right, I suppose 9:30 is the time and it's a date. Canny Maphanga, for now, thanks very much indeed. Canny's live to us there from Pretoria.